Today, we are going to code our first ever React component. I hope you're as excited as I am. Without further ado, let's get into it. So before we start, I'd recommend that you get an extension called ES7 that will be very helpful for you in coding React projects. The extension's name is ES7 React / Redux / blah blah blah. To install that, go to the left-hand side panel of VS Code window and press the extension icon, type in ES7, press enter, and the first result will be what you're looking for. So remember to install this before you continue on with this tutorial. So let's go back to our main window. The first thing that I want you to do is to create a folder called Components to store all the components that we're going to create. We usually create the component folder under the source folder. So right-click at source and create new folder. Type in components, press enter. To create a component, we'll right-click, create a new file, and let's give it a name. I'm going to make a component called HelloWorld. You can also do the same. React components file names are always capitalized, so remember to capitalize the H in Hello World. And the file extension's name is JSX. The first thing I would like you to do, and by the way, this is the long way without using the extension, but we'll get into it later because I think the basics are also very important. So here I would like you to import React with a capital R from the library React with a lowercase r. And then we'll type export default function hello world, open parentheses, close parentheses, and square brackets. So this line on line 1, we are just importing React from the React package that was installed with Vite. And from line 3 to line 5, this means the component that we're writing is actually a function called hello world, and we would like to export it with a mode of default. And then what we'll do is to write, because you know, in every function there is a return, right? So we'll write return and then give it a pair of parentheses, press enter. Then please give it a pair of square brackets, or I'm not sure how this is called, but these are tags basically called fragments in React. And this basically gives you a boundary in which you can type your HTML-ish codes in your React component. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's go back to look at line 6 and type H1 close angle bracket and type hello world exclamation mark. And this is what a component looks like. First, we import React, and then we export a function with the name of the component that needs to match the file name that we wrote here. And then we return a fragment with some HTML-ish code inside. Next, I would like you to switch over to App.jsx. And in here, let's import the Hello World component that we just created. Remember that the component is in the components folder. So when we import it, let's use this symbol dot slash that represents the current directory. The current directory in reference to where App.jsx is. So as you can see, App.jsx resides in the same level as components. And the current directory means everything that is one level beneath source. So in the current directory, you will find a components folder, and please from that components folder, load the Hello World file. This is what this means. Next, let's try and use the component that we just imported. To use the component, we'll first type an opening angle bracket, type in the name of the component, a slash, and then close the component. And then remember to hit save. Then let's try and run this code and see if it really works. npm run dev, enter. Seems like we have no errors. Let's control and click. Moment of truth. Hello world. We have successfully created a component and rendered it on our React project. Congratulations! So the next thing I want to show you is going back to Hello World, deleting all of these, and showing you how to use the extension. Instead of having to type everything, if we use the ES7 React extension, we just type in RFCE, press enter. Voila! This is all the templated codes that we had to type manually, but because of the help of the extension, it typed it all for us. So let's double check. The first line, import, and there's a function called HelloWorld that matches the file name HelloWorld. Perfect. And it also exports it as a default mode for us. So in order to test this, let's type something again. Hello world again. And let me remember to close my H1 tag. Let's test the code. Open the browser and see there is Hello World again. So either using the extension or not, we can get the job done. This is the end of our video today. I hope you enjoyed it and was able to learn something from it. Until next time, happy coding!